Okay, cool, nice one. Wow, that was quick. Super hands GP. Wow. We had the wrong overlay, folks, and we just wanted to put it right because obviously, wow, that was quick, Jilly. That was a super quick reset. And like we talked about, there is your Johannesburg bound A380 with British Airways. Not what we're here for, folks. We're here for the Korean A380. And before we went to cut, we were just discussing about the fact that we've caught this aircraft during our New York show. So all members, if you want to go and check that out, we got her landing this actual aircraft, not this one that you're looking at, obviously, the one that's coming out, hopefully soon, it'll be on radar. But we're going to stay for its departure. But we got it coming in and going out at New York, and what a fantastic shot that was. Look at that double deck, it's like an office. It's like an office block, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that crazy? What we've got here in the dark here. Let's see if I can identify it. Is that United by any chance? Maybe a 767? Hold on, let's just have a look. Is he right? No, it's the British Airways 777. Sorry. It does actually say there British Airways, doesn't it? But I was looking at the nose, I was looking at the front end, but hey, it's pitch dark, isn't it? There's something else lurking out there. It's only a small one, I think. I don't know though. No, is that Japan Airlines? Going to Haneda. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Couple of big heavies going out there. Oh, airports at night. Isn't it beautiful? Jilly, and she hit the fastest buttons in the West. Her name was Jilly. Yeah. Anyway, absolutely fantastic. No, well done, mate. That was a rapid refire, reload. She's not lit up. Like that tail up, mate. Like what Japan have done. Come back to that. Are they going to dim the cabin lights? Wow, look at all that lighting on that thing, man. Isn't that insane? Oh, Kathy Marshall, welcome back, Kathy. A returning member. Les Donaldson. Gonna let this 380 wind itself up. Big burst of power to get him up that slope. Roll it nicely onto the entry point. Oh, sweet. Nicely lit up as well. Gonna wind these GE90s up, folks. Mr. Infinity thanking whomever gifted him membership. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Very smartly to the entry point. I think she's on radar, folks. Okay. Yeah, we got her. There she is. No destination available. Going back to Nagoya though, isn't it? Amazing. 14-hour flight, folks. Talk about it in a minute. Let's let this beautiful 777 do the talking. Let's go. Yeah. Wow. She used a lot of runway there, man. That was Dreamliner territory, that was. Wow. Okay, she's on radar, folks. We've got a little procession of tiddlers by the looks of it. Anyone wants to check her on Flight Radar 24 right now? It is KE2912, Kilo Echo 2912. They will have, first of all, for the flight here with 14 hours, that's full tanks, number one. Number two, it's a relief crew as well. So there's probably 4 crews on this aircraft, I would have thought. The inbound and now the outbound. A bit like what they did with the PPE stuff with Virgin Atlantic into China during the crisis. But yeah, she's going to be heavy, so I will expect her to give it some beans. Going back straight over the top again, literally over the top of Anchorage. So a long flight. Wow. And of course, it was all personnel. It was carrying personnel from the Japanese Grand Prix. Congratulations, Max Verstappen, for the most unlikely announcement of being world champion you've ever heard in your life. Yeah, well, how did you do then, Max? Yeah, no, it was really good. And of course it was, you're not going to, oh, hold on a minute, I've just got, what's that? Oh, okay, 10-second penalty, a 5-second penalty's been awarded to Leclerc. So congratulations, you're the world champion. Right in front of, like, you had to be there, but it was a very, very, normally it's when they cross the line, isn't it? Like, you're world champion! But no, it was very, I can't think of the words, you know, it's like, anticlimactic. Yeah. No, we're not going to get any cruisers, folks, and not only that, but we do have an element of high cloud, but we're not going to get, we're only going to see dots if we see anything. But we did catch once, we did catch the Do you remember we caught the ISS Gilly from the top of the hill going in? Great to see, by the way, folks, the collaboration between our hotel members as well, which is it's a great thing to. So this is, ironically enough, a Korean 777 Gilly to start the party off with. Yes, she isn't moving yet. Kilo Echo 2912. Let's get her to number 1, folks. And I'm guessing that there will be, and trust me, there are sim pilots who basically do the full flight, isn't there? So obviously have a little snooze between it, autopilot, but then have to trust their computer equipment. Unless there are real sim sort of like pilots who invite their mate round to do the full flight, and he takes a rest while his mate watches the controls. I don't know how in depth it gets, really. So I'm guessing the reason why the personnel were brought back was because but most of the teams operate from the UK, and of course there'll be other team members who will be catching flights, ongoing flights, connecting flights to France and Italy and Spain and places like that. Both lit up, nice. Eastern carriers tend to do that, don't they? Mind you, Captain Dave's a big one for that, isn't he? He lights everything. If there's any light available, he'll put it on. Look at this. Look at those big GEs. Ironically enough, also caught one of these coming into Frankfurt, pulling up to gate at Frankfurt, didn't we? On the looks kind of sinister, doesn't it? I kind of like it the way it is. With you don't need a special super funky camera. I like the sort of like appearing out of the dark sort of like shot. This is as it is. This is raw. Straight down the centre line. Look at that. Very little movement on that rudder. She's gonna fly. She's gonna fly. Wow. They're long, man. They're really long. Heavy. Okay, American. Wind it up. Here we go. New York bound. 777-200. ANA, likely to be flying with these guys when we head for Narita around about February time next year. But we've got to make sure we don't miss any storms over here. That would be, oh my God. Yeah. Is she moving? She's moving? Yeah, she's moving. Okay, she's moving, folks. LFC here. The sequencing of those anti-collisions. The twin lights out the back there by the APU. Strobe lights, looking good, man. Identifies the Dreamliner. And what other aircraft? Come on, AVGEEK fans. What other aircraft has those very same twin bum lights? Okay, so she should appear at some point in time around about there. I would have thought she'll just pop her, yeah, around about right at the end of that line there. Saw the great to see, by the way, folks, the Sri Lankan crew. Is that her there? Here we go. Okay, so this is going to be an empty aeroplane, I think, apart from the crews. So there's 4 crew on this aircraft, I'd imagine. Big old company. Has to cross the southern runway, so she'll face head on to us at some point. Probably go up a little bit further, I think. Hold on a minute. Is that just me, or is that? Oh, it's an optical illusion. I thought he was being towed for a minute. What's going on there? KE 2912, isn't it? KE 2912, folks, if you want a tracker. Heading back to Nagoya, one way, 14. Well, shall I say one way? Obviously, direct, no stopover in Anchorage, which would have been great for the locals there if she did. But straight to Nagoya, 14-hour trip. Okay, I'm watching her on 3D view right now. Jilly, have you seen that? Look at it on 3D view, it's fantastic. Oh. 737 MAX, Stoneman, yes. Stoneman, JD Stone was right, yeah, it is indeed the Boeing 737 MAX that has the twinkling, the twin flashing lights out the back by the APU. Dave Parsons, Sandy Humby, Brian, Brian, that was a 787. 747 MAX, no, JD Stone. I think he meant a 737 MAX. There we go. Tony 737, of course. Tony's going to get it. TCC. Jill Blakely, are the American 777-200s? I'm guessing they were. That is a Rolls-Royce Trent 800 on the American 777s. I think they use. Is it the Pratt & Whitney PW4000s on the 300s? I'm not sure. Or Michael K. 7 years old, that Korean 777 that just went out. Jimmy from Wednesday, ANA will no longer send the 787 to London Heathrow, only 777. That's fine by me. Hey, who knows? We've had the Star Wars one. No, I know, but if it's the 777, they might. Oh, is the other one gone? Is the other one gone? Is BB-8 gone? EGPX, noise of the GEs, soul music. I like that. I think we're going to get a big scream out of this one. Anyone care to tell me what engine she's running? Is she's running the Rolls-Royce or the GPW 7200? Is it? Let me know, please. LFC in, Andy P, Diesel 13, Deb Butler. Looks like Christmas. Yeah, it's great. Well, it's not that cold, I have to say. few small ones lined up on the front here. Wow. CFM powered, I think it's a CFM powered 320 with Aer Lingus. Very interesting. We're very used to seeing their Neos now. Hardly see those. Well, great retro jet, Aer Lingus, of course. Here she comes. Here she comes. Appearing, crossing runway 27 left. And you'll see also the taxiway lights turn to red after she passes through specific segments. Fear love, I think it's great, isn't it? Aeroplanes at night, they're great, aren't they? GP 7200s, Alan Doyle, thank you. Oh, hold on a minute, that's BA. What's going on? A minute, have I lost the behind there or something? Oh, there she is. Here she is. Is it? Oh, we got an Emirates 3. Now the guys from Sri Lankan folks were like, "Hey, you're that guy that does the filming." La 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 la. Anyway, we exchanged cards and all that. We caught him in Storm Eunice, the pilot who's flying this aircraft out tonight, folks. But it's at 9:30. By the way, folks, we will be posting a commemorative short video for all our retro fans of the Condor's final. Now, we caught it landing, okay. Was that the last time it landed at Frankfurt, Chile? Or because it ended up in Kos and then went to Hahn, didn't it? Did it ever come back to Frankfurt? I don't think it did it? Yeah. Yes. Right, okay. So, Randy Bushbaum, I love the fact that Jerry and Jilly mix it up with the shows. This broadcast is awesome, especially the play-by-play. Thank you, Randy. No way. Randy Bushbaum was in Costco in America and wearing his cap, his Big Jet TV cap. Someone stopped him, said he's a big fan of the show, and oh, that is just fantastic. Spreading the love, man. And Russell as well, who's wearing his Big Jet TV shirt everywhere when he comes over because he's in Florida and he says it's too hot there at the moment. Anyway, I'm imagining, ladies and gentlemen, that this aircraft is empty as empty can be. No belly freight. Highly unlikely. I'd say it's just literally carrying the crew and their luggage. And even their luggage will be very light because they haven't. They're just probably sleep in your uniform, wouldn't you? Not like you're going to strip down, like, you know, in the crew rest area. I'd probably just lay on the bed in my uniform. That's why sometimes some pilots' uniforms are very crumpled. Not these guys though. They're very, very specific with how well groomed they are and all that kind of stuff. As all crew members are really. And, some more diverse than others. But it's always amazing when you're at a hotel and you get an A380 crew checking in. It's like a whole lot of passengers just come off a Logan Air, you know, ATR. Incredible. Oh look, we've got double 380 action, folks. So these are the General Electric Pratt & Whitney GP 7200 engines on this 380, delivering probably about the same amount of thrust as the Rolls-Royce. The aircraft behind it, without knowing, you'd have to look that one up as well, because they use both Rolls-Royce, Emirates use both Rolls-Royce and the GPW engine, so could be Rolls-Royce. I think the last one that Emirates took delivery of was a Rolls-Royce powered A380. Oh, it's a GP 7000. Okay. EGPX, yes. Number one on flight radar. Rob Walker saying, thank you, Rob. Russ ET, bit of 3D entertainment, isn't it? Just look at that. Logan Air for sale? Did I hear somebody read just somebody saying that? Ben Brown, next week should be the start of both Austrian 320neo and Lufthansa 321 passenger to freight ops at Heathrow. Well. Lufthansa operating a 321 P2F. Wow. Very interesting. "14 hours, folks. So each engine here, folks, is around about 80,000 pounds of thrust, depending on the takeoff settings and all that kind of stuff. But 320,000 pounds of available thrust on the A380 if he wants it. If he wants it. Condor Retro Island Life. Good morning to you, Roy Clayton. E2 E-Jet. Vidaru making a right old racket. Like a hound in pain. Brian McCann, technicians from Broughton on the A380. Technicians from Broughton on the A380. Brian McCann saying, it's very interesting. Roy Clayton, thank you. Apparently the retro jet diverted to Zagreb. Well, I think that will be the last time we will have seen her in and out of Frankfurt, and we will be doing posting a little tribute video to her tomorrow, especially as I flew on her as well. Wing Spa repair team. No, Wing Spa repair team. Wow, that's really interesting. Look at those beautiful big engines, man, all lit up. And they're CFMs, old Alitalia 320 with CFMs, look. Angry little thing. See it go. On that. Oh, Roy Clayton. It's now at hangar 901 in Harmgilly. So I think that was the final flight of the Condor. I'll run that one if you don't mind. Here we go. Follow the greens. Now, is he rolling straight out? I think it might be rolling straight out. There will be people who will track this aircraft for 14 hours. Wow. $26,000 to $29,000 per hour to run that aeroplane right there, folks. So £364,000, the cost of this flight to operate it. Crazy, crazy. Multiple A380 tails in shot. Look at that. Look at that. Seems a bit odd. Quite long. She's low, man. Wow. Look at that. Oh, there's crab in it, isn't she? Or is that just a optical illusion? Wow. Okay. Another 380, ladies and gentlemen. Curtis Gilpin. Welcome back, Curtis. Bits and pieces. A French shipped a piece he made to the US, cost him £27,000. Wow. Big piece, obviously. I'd imagine. Wow, that's derated, man. Air's nice and thick. They can just derate the engines for takeoff, preserving the engine components. It's a lot of money for a spare engine, man. So you want to run them as long as you can between service intervals, that's for sure. I was definitely wrong on the moon, wasn't I? That's definitely not a full moon, is it? You've got still got a big chunk out of it ready. Just to remind you folks where we are, we're at the Courtyard Marriott here. Look at that dining and drinking out there. Of course, up here will be open, hopefully before Christmas. This top deck, there is a pod around the corner, which I can't show you now because I'm on the sticks, but they have started putting the pods in here at the Courtyard Marriott, or by Marriott as we call it. So what should we do then? Stick around for another hour? Who fancies it? Hold on a minute, let me get this over. Tony Briggs, can you switch your van lights on? I like it like it is. I like this sinister sort of, like, you know, it's a bit like it's a different angle, isn't it? We're always in the daylight. I like to see stuff like this. I'm not a believer in messing with the image too much, you know, like the I'm not interested in running, you know. Pop it. It was full moon Saturday night. Pop it. Be good if you could snap by. So let's have a look on radar and see what we've got coming out, because a lot of people. Street Glide, hello from Jax. Supper time for Rab. Bits and pieces. No news on the location yet. We're just waiting for. You know, these things take quite a lot of time to go through all the channels and get seen by the relevant people. Look at the Virgin hangar with its. I mean, they still would need to put a notch out of that, but certainly not as high as what it is. And of course, that was for the Queen, wasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? She was never here, of course. Well, she was in the early days, originally, but she obviously moved down to Gatwick. Big old hangars over there. I'd say as big as, if not slightly bigger than the Lufthansa Technik. Mind you, they've got a lot of big sheds over in Frankfurt, both sides of the airfield as well. Last night when I was taxiing out the the shed was open, the Lufthansa Technik shed was open, and there was a 747-400 in there. All the engine cowls were up. It looked tiny in that massive, great big shed. QF2 905. QF2 905, David E saying. What's that, Julie? QF2 905. Is that the A380? QF2 2105. Yeah. Did I say B8? No, Qantas 380. Nabila. 3 hours will do, Wayne Dyer. Yes, QF2. Okay. Oh, okay. So we've got the Qantas jet going out. Anybody from Australia, folks, who want to join us for that one? Let's see what time it is there right now. See if I can guess what that is. Oh, that's a tricky one, because that's got red on the engine cowls, hasn't it? It's got a red. They're CFM engines, aren't they? It's not Austrian or something like that, is it? 8:17 in the morning in Auckland. 6:17 in Sydney, so still a little bit too early for those folks, but we do have those guys tuning in, don't we? Oh, hello, is that right? I think I was right, folks. Look at that. And I wasn't looking on flight radar, folks, by the way, to be honest with you. I wasn't you know, Google's for noodles, as how about that? Wayne Hartshaw, 767 due out at 9:24. So thank you for that. Callum is from Australia. G'day, Callum. Tim Rotunda. Anyone else have any idea where KE2912 is going? Well, I would have thought it was going back to Nicoya, isn't it? It didn't have a destination on it, did it? Oh, she's going the other way, is she? Oh, that's interesting. Louise Jane enjoying the nighttime perspective. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's a different sort of feeling at night, isn't it? It's, I always remember with when I flew with my dad, I always remember being at the airport at night, especially down airside amongst the DC-8s and the 707s. Caught that on the stream earlier, didn't we? That was the first one we caught. Surprised that hasn't moved off to remote stand, or is it actually being loaded now? I think maybe being loaded and going out a little bit later on, perhaps. Melanie, the interview did go out on Alaskan TV. Where did we put that, Julie? Oh, he shared it on Twitter. Okay, and what's his Twitter? Dave Allgood News. I think if you search Dave Allgood News, that is his name, Dave Allgood, ALLGOOD, and he's in Anchorage. London Chinese Cabby. It's a new member. Welcome, London Chinese Cabby. Wayne Hartshaw, Emirates 380, 840 departure. So another one. Dane Grayson, it's a shorter flight going that way. It's 11 hours and 30 minutes. There we go. Callum, 6:20 in the morning in Sydney. BA15 should have just arrived from London via Singapore. Have I missed that one? Sorry, Callum. Island Life. Last night I saw a New Zealand, saw an NZ2 departing Auckland to New Zealand, bound for JFK in 15 hours. Wow. Would love to fly that route. Okay, so there's someone who doesn't mind being on an aircraft for an extensively long period of time. If you have the right seat, I've got to be honest with you, I have had the luxury after being booted up the front by one of the captains on Virgin one time, up at the front end with the bed and all that kind of thing. It is amazing, because I went to sleep and then I woke up and we were half an hour out. See if I've got any message from the fellas on the Sri Lankan. Now, they will probably be over at T4, I would imagine, the Sri Lankan jet, I would imagine. Do Vidaru fly daily with the E2 to London Heathrow? Jimmy, I think they do. They're very regular in here now. I think it's a daily service, definitely. And I think, if I'm right saying, that Vidaru were the launch customer for the E2. And I think they may also have been the first service into London Heathrow. Tim Rotunda, do you think KE2912 just stopped for gas there? I don't think it did, Tim. You know, you sometimes wonder, was it a tech stop? But no, it was apparently from the... we have an official source that it was carrying Formula One personnel. But it would have fueled up, of course. London Chinese Cabby, thanking us for the warm welcomes. Keep talking, folks. Don't come on here and well, I mean, if you want to just come on here and watch and support this, it's wonderful, but don't feel in any way sort of like, oh, you know, new guy, you know, on the block, I don't know what to say. Just get talking. Talk about what you love about aviation. Ask any questions as well. Really, I like to answer questions if I can. I often get it wrong. But we have great conversation on here, great chat. So please don't feel isolated, is it, or whatever. Make sure you come in and say hello and get involved. Ask me questions. If I miss your comment, then repost it, or somebody else may answer it as well. Island Life, normally 12 hours to LAX, then another 12 hours to London Heathrow. Wow. We think she's going back to Seoul, folks. Okay, and she's apparently following the track of the Korean triple. This coming from Jilly. If you look on Flight Radar 24 now and look at her en route, you will see. So flashing light indicates, I'm guessing, something moving inside the hangar. Does that mean they're about to push this aircraft back, or have they got a heavy piece of equipment, doors closing or something like that? I don't know. The guys are definitely working in there, that's for sure. Wow, very quiet, isn't it? I see something long range, but I think it's small. Little bit of movement down there, all tiddlers by the looks of it. Don't worry, folks, we'll have we'll stick around for a few more jets, and notably the Sri Lankan crew who I met down in the reception here. Mark White, welcome to Premium. Martin 757 is a returning member. Welcome back, Martin. Virgin Captain Cousin flying a Dreamliner to Tel Aviv at 9:50. That is H saying that. My Virgin Captain cousin, who's a Virgin Captain, is flying a Dreamliner to Tel Aviv at 9:50 tonight. Ooh, well, if we keep pushing it back, she's there, isn't she? We could quite easily stay until 9:50, wouldn't we? And then cut it. Mark White, welcome. Adam Ross, good evening from Umhlanga in Durban. Hey, how's it, Adam? Umhlanga, that is. I know it's Umhlanga, even though it's not spelt that way. I think it's Umhlanga because a great friend of mine from South Africa, he lived in Umhlanga. Umhlanga Rocks, is it, or Umhlanga Durban? There we go. I've had a great flight on the BA380, 2 Embraer 190s, and Embraer ERJ 140. Adam Ross, that's fantastic. The 380 is an amazing thing to fly on, folks. If you ever get the chance, from time to time they might do, special flights, which, us minions are able to get involved in, like we did with the Frankfurt BA flight on the 380. Nice short flight, but an amazing experience, I have to say. And the most incredible thing about the A380 or the A380 is the wing. Make sure you sit over the wing. I hope you sat over the wing, sir. Bertrand saying, Jerry, have you heard about hydrogen engines on the A380 in 2025? Only test. Bertrand, yes. Big talk about that. Airbus going all out with the hydrogen program, going to be bolting a hydrogen engine to the side of their test family A380. That's going to be very interesting to see evolve and exactly how it's going to operate. Quite how hydrogen power will supersede the current type of power is a hard one to grasp, because we haven't, or I haven't seen an example of the thrust that a hydrogen engine can deliver. So, but I'd love to know. I'd love to see it in action. So, who knows? We may be able to get a sample of that from Airbus in the future. And of course, we will be in Toulouse this coming Saturday, folks. And our man in London, Rupert, is going to be up here on the roof, following the arrival of the aircraft, the Virgin A330 Neo, their very first A330 Neo. Billie Holiday, it's been named, and we hope that everything will go to plan, and that she'll be delivered in the morning time in order that we can get her arriving on the top runway where we are now. Looks like a Virgin A350 with those big winglets on her. Look. Quite a distinctive profile on the nose for the 350 as well. Ah, Tammy has gifted a membership. Isn't that lovely? This one, outbound to New York. Now, these things can make a racket, folks. Last time I flew on the Virgin 350, she absolutely loaded it up with the thrust. I think this one's going straight out. But listen to the spool up on this thing, and then they let it off the brakes. Big old Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines, ready to unleash 100,000 pounds plus. Well, it's 200,000, isn't it? fluid drain masts, or the drain masts for whatever comes out of it. There's a number of different components that use that drain mast at the bottom of the engine, and you can hear that the shut off of the mast. I'm sure that's where it is. I'm sure that it is what that noise is, if you know what I mean, that we hear. Okay, right, well, folks, and by the way, between 84 and 97,000 pounds of thrust on those XWB Rolls-Royce engines. And boy, oh boy, are we looking forward to doing something with Rolls-Royce on the Ultrafan, and also taking a look at their Trent program, the XWB, and of course the Trent 7000 engine, which powers the new A330neo. You can see the holding patterns there with the red lights and the green taxiway segments there. So all those runway points, this guy going out, intersect. Okay, GP. That's right. Oh, blimey. Okay. Has Tammy gifted 3 memberships, or is that a glitch? Oh, Tammy's... Okay. Sorry, Tammy has gifted 5 memberships. What a lovely thing to do. Where's that then? Martin 757. Martin 757 saying, does anyone know if the Icelandair 757 has been fixed yet? That's a good... I don't know, because I don't know what the extent of the damage on the aircraft. I think it was the wingtip, wasn't it? That the Korean 777, there's no sign of the Korean 777 here, not from what I can see, unless they've thrown it in one of the hangars. But looking through those hangar doors, through the frosted glass, I'm not seeing either Korean or... Oh, okay, Alexandra Wood saying that the Dave Allgood News ANC interview with Jerry is on YouTube. The video is titled Big Jet TV Comes to Alaska. Kevin Beasley, Jerry, do you know where the Virgin 747 orbit plane is coming from tomorrow? That's a good question, that. I think it's probably coming from the US Virgin Orbital, that 747. That would be a good one to catch, wouldn't it? We did reach out to them, but they it was a little bit not sure about this. It's like, in terms of doing the live, we would be miles and miles away from it. For what, Julie? What? Hey. Oh, wow. Oh, right. Okay, so those, the Dreamliner and 350 with Virgin that were in Stansted yesterday, we were talking about earlier, couldn't figure it out. I said it might be freight, which is highly unlikely. But apparently carrying the NFL teams, apparently, for the London NFL match, I'm guessing, because it's a big thing in the UK now, isn't it? Let's not did I get it right with them, Schlunger? Did I get it right? I think I did. Bertrand Virgin Atlantic is one of my favourites. Got to be honest with you, folks. I'm not one for sort of like you know, really big upping, but I have to say I've had great experiences with all airlines that I've flown with, from Brussels and right the way down, all the way through EasyJet even, and all that kind of stuff. But I do like it. I was coming from Fort Lauderdale, apparently, Virgin Orbit. And always happy to fly Virgin Atlantic when I can, because just kind of feel, especially when you're here at Heathrow and you're checking in, I know as soon as you walk in there's long queues and all that kind of thing, but they're just kind of cool and laid back people, aren't they? Much like, you know, other airlines as well. Depends on the individuals and all that kind of stuff, but I do like flying with Virgin on their aircraft, sort of like flying with a family in a funny sort of way. And here's one now. Off to Mumbai, I think. VS 354. Dane Grayson, not a fan of the evening flights. Yeah, that's true. You know, I like to leave sort of like, I like to sort of like follow the sun across the Atlantic, arrive there still in the daylight, sort of like about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Still got time to do stuff and get stuff organised. And also get some sleep on the way over there as well. Island Life, liquid waste. Liquid waste is rudder damage I saw there. I saw Mrs. H, wasn't it the rudder? Okay, it was the rudder. Korean Air left rather quickly, TCC saying. Did they fly that? Did the Korean Air carry on? Did the Korean Air carry on? BBLLB saw it there Friday. That's tail damage, man. That's like, you know, potentially, well, if it's the rudder, obviously. If the Korean hit the tail of the 757, that must have been right at the base of the tail, I would have thought. It's not going to be, the wing height isn't that much different. It's very tall, isn't it, the 757? Very high up in the air. Bagman, Icelandair still using the 738 on the Reykjavik to London Heathrow route, so suspect 757 is still US, unserviceable as they call it. So she must be over there somewhere, awaiting, I'm imagining, Boeing repairs. Come on, Virgin, light her up, mate, light her up. Let's see that tail all proudly displayed. Island Life loves Emirates because they're the main sponsor of Team New Zealand. Okay, there we go. TCC Emirates. Chris, thank you. Virgin Orbit coming from Fort Lauderdale. Saw it there a few hours ago. Yeah, the thing with the Virgin Orbit, I actually did speak to the team down there. They obviously do like what they did with NASA. They did a live stream with the rocket launch last week, wasn't it? Quite surprised to see that not that many people watching live, actually, that NASA piece. Or did I mean, I kind of watched it. Or was there a moment of a spike when it launched or something like that, but it didn't seem that many people watching it, which was quite surprising, really. Yeah, spoke to the Virgin Orbital guys, and of course the problem we came across was the fact that we couldn't live stream anywhere near the aircraft because of the security around the, as they put it, basically attaching a rocket to the underside of a 747. I did say that, listen, we're not going to be sort of like, if I was this distance and I had it like sort of like on shot like that, then and they were like, well, you know, it's okay with us, but I don't know if it's okay with other teams, and sort of getting it through all of those barriers, jumping through all those hoops, never really happened. So this guy, the light's gone off at the front end. As you see, the red lights have been switched off. He can now taxi to that entry point. They've got nothing else I can see coming out at the moment, so that may turn to green quite soon, or are they going to hold him there? Got a couple of ops vehicles coming out that may be going for a runway inspection. No, doesn't look like. Okay, so we'll just see this one creep on, wait for the lights to go green or go out, and then I think also there might be the continuation of the greens to the entry point of the runway. Are out, follow the greens, taxi lights are on. A little bit of a power up because there's a bit of a ramp here. Oh, it's not. Why did I think? Where did that Virgin one go then? Because this is Etihad. Sorry, Chilly. Right. We should actually put that out, shouldn't we, Jilly? And then put the final piece on, the final edit, just so that people can see it went from this to that. Oh, there's the Virgin one, sorry. Oh, we'll have to cut that tomorrow, Gilly, and put that out. That should be quite funny, man. Because we've got planes in it as well. It's not like the camera's just the planes, the camera's pointing at planes and everything at Anchorage. But we got the audio of the interview. So, Jerry, what do they call you? Jerry? No, like, are you the jet man or what? Oh. Okay. Okay, here we go. Up to the Reds. So the red's gone on behind that aircraft. Now they'll open the gate. Oh, but hold on a minute. I do have a BA. We've got a right old line of tiddlers. I think this BA might be getting priority, this fella here. Let's see his lights if they change. Oh, I think he might have priority. Has he got priority, or is he? Oh, got an intersect going out, so that's what we're holding for at the moment. Intersecting departure. So what we're looking for, folks, is Sri Lankan, the Sri Lankan flight. So as soon as it comes onto radar, let me know, please. So BA going to jump in first. His light's gone out. Oh yeah. And you hear me going, Jilly, are you okay? Say, Jilly, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Jilly? I don't know. I've got no idea. Well, I couldn't read the comments and film and be interviewed. Wow. It's a tiddler fest, folks. Alan Robbins, the Korean 380, now approaching Koblensk. Thank you, sir. I'm sure I did about, you know, because he asked me a technical thing, like, how does it all work, you know? Yeah. Jimmy, what is special with the Sri Lankan tonight? Jimmy, thank you, sir. Jimmy, it is a crew that I met. The crew down here in the reception area when I came in, they were leaving to go out to their aircraft. Now, both pilots know who we are, and one of the pilots, we caught him landing in the storm, in Storm Eunice. Now, when I was down there, I said to them, well, we're just going to be doing the Korean 380, that's what we're here for. Because I said, what time are you going out? He said 9:30, and I was like, you know, but we've decided, because the views are so good and what we're seeing here, and we've got so many people tuned in, watching, we would stay around and stick around for our friends, because they did actually give me their business cards as well. Virgin of Leather all up. Good on you, mate. Oh, you're just caught up in the moment, Jilly, aren't you? You know, you're just caught up in the moment. He's asking me questions and all that sort of thing. It's always, you know. But I'm all, you know, you're on the phone to me 99.9% of the day. I'm always talking about you and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, if you get caught up in the moment and something gets, you know. Anyway, we've got Captain Ashanta Kalurachi. He's with Sri Lankan. He is a commander with them, Captain Ashantha Kalurachi, and the first officer is Nuwan Jayawikrama, I think. Jet TV membership. Thank you so much, Paul D. Got a prop coming out, I think. This looks a bit like an ATR. Alan Robbins, Virgin leading lady. Rabbi, easy for you to say. Getting an ear bashing now, Kenbury. That's funny, man. Yeah, keep digging, Jerry, Mrs. H. I've hit solid ground here, mate. I've hit solid ground. Tony Briggs, Jerry, do you get much of a smell from the engines where you are? Well, if the wind was blowing in the right direction across at us from a southwesterly direction, then you would probably get a bit. But believe it or not, we are quite some distance from the aeroplanes here, as you can see. We've got two main roads right in front of us, but this camera is just so awesome, and the sound pickup is just so awesome. It is brilliant. That's funny enough. Oh my God, yeah. No, I know, it's hilarious. Dash 8, thank you. Rob Walker, it's a Dash 8. Yeah. Fiona Anderson, Anchorage was just the best ever. Chat was so funny. Planes was amazing. Cannot wait till we go there again. To be fair, I think Memphis was as funny when Jerry dressed as Elvis. Melanie saying, the state of it. Yeah, I was spitting that stuff out. It was all in me food later and everything. That wig got in everything. And not only that, but that top that I was wearing with the gold sticky things on it, I didn't realise that I went down to dinner and there was like, it stuck loads of them on my neck. It was like, I looked like a giant glitter or something, I don't know. Tony Briggs needs smelly vision. Oh yes, wouldn't it be great? Scratch and sniff. I did have a scratch and sniff shirt when I was a kid. It was banana, and obviously it worked up until a point when Mum washed it, and then it was Persil. Paul D, an IR camera would be cool for the night flights. Paul, I've mentioned this before, my friend. I'm not really into sort of like picking up too much because I kind of like the you know, the secrecy of this whole thing. Look at it, it's a totally different thing. We get enough stuff during the day. You can hear the engines, but you cannot see the planes, and that's sort of like the mystery about it. I enjoy it. So no night cameras, I'm afraid. Melody, Starbucks in Memphis. What happened at Starbucks in Memphis? Jack Van Dyck's nighttime streams are underrated, in my opinion. I think you're right there, Jack. Let's do more nighttime streams, gentlemen, especially in the cold nights of the winter when we're all huddled around the radiator. Folks, I've got to be honest with you. This winter, I would recommend getting a woolly hat. And you don't feel silly when you're sitting there watching TV with it on. And they do fantastic over trousers as well. I've got them for my. You've seen them. I look like a bit like Michelin Man in them, but they're like they're downlined and they're absolutely toasty, and it's just like wearing, you know, big pajamas. And that way you can keep the heat in at a regular heat rather than, you know, flat out. Anyway, whatever. Jerry Dyer's energy plan 2022. Oscar Coles, looking at the lights and knowing what they all mean. Yes, well, it does become apparent, doesn't it? Now, this guy here in this 380 will be told to link 32 up to link 30 or whatever, left on the greens. So he's got taxiway lights now that are directing him up to the link point, which will probably be this link point here where these greens are here. I think he's going to run up to there. So he's got a clear run all the way up to there. And of course, so here he comes now. Yes. Martin Smith, Jerry, this year we will be dressed for the cold at home, just as I'm dressed for the show. So we're all, yeah, we're just, tell you what, it's getting a little bit nippy up here. I've only got a t-shirt and the hoodie on, so. Okay, don't forget, folks, we are looking for the Sri Lankan A380. Alan Robbins, Singapore 777 on ground radar. Jill Perry representing the other half of the Brilliance. Oh yes, Jill is the Brilliance, really, man. Yeah, Jill is the Brilliance. Oh, another Etihad Dreamliner, wow. No engine illumination on this jet. Rolling it straight out. Wow, here we go. Wow, D-rated. There's the end of his run at the moment, that 380. Here it comes now. Oh, no, there it is. He's going to follow the greens all the way up to that point there where that... what's that, GP? Oh man, I've got to tell you, we've got to put the whole moose sequence up though, Jilly, up to the point where I realise that there's no escape. I cannot go anywhere. I'm like, oh right, okay. Now I had a chance to go down to the car, didn't I? But I was like, nah, you know what? They won't come up here. It's like, yeah. And then it was too late. Before I knew it, both the calves had started walking up the path. The mother started walking up the path. The dad walked round and I was like, oh, here we go. Yeah, man, it was just fantastic, mate. Margie-Ann, it's colder here. Yeah, but yeah, he didn't have a very boopy nose. Oh, and by the way, I have to say I was watching Family Guy last night, and Brian Griffin is definitely the retro A747 with Lufthansa. Yeah. Most definitely. Same shape, same scale and everything. Melanie's wearing her hoodie to bed. Hey, listen. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's just another couple of layers, isn't it? Yeah, man. I mean, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're sweating you off, then just take a layer off. De-layer. I don't think that's gonna, no. And I tell you what, them big socks and them big woolly socks you can buy as well. I've got a few pairs of those. Oh my goodness. H, 10 o'clock here in France. In bed with my iPad. Oh, listen to that. Looking for Sri Lankan, folks. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's Slowly edging forward, look. Slowly edging forward. Amsterdam bound, that Flybe aircraft, folks. Quite a late departure, isn't it, for Flybe to Amsterdam, is it? EK4, folks. Get ready for the wind-up. Singapore triple coming out. Get ready for some hardcore GE action, folks. Oh, we've got a DHL 767 coming out as well from the freight hub. That's going to be singing away. Old school. Oh, hello. Old school engine noises from the 767, of course. 9:30, I think it is. No, 9:50 is the Qantas jet that somebody's cousin is flying out, I think. First officer on, maybe? Singapore 777. Angry, angry. We have an angry aeroplane, folks. Bryson, 2300 into Amsterdam local time. Late trains out of Schiphol for the Flybe passengers. There we go. Yeah, sorry, mate, it's the weekend. Let me put it in there. Angie Parr, we believe Korean is, what did we say, she's going back to Seoul, isn't it? We believe she's heading back to Seoul, folks. She's basically that 380 has taken the same routing as the 777, which is headed to Seoul. She got Seoul. Jill Perry. Big question there from Jill Perry. Jill Perry asking, is there any reason why some planes go out lit up inside and others don't? Generally, the policy is with British Airways, they dim the cabin lights. So you will very rarely see the cabin lights on. But American operators generally tend to not care, and also they want the cabin lights dimmed, but also the window blinds in the upward position, and that is a security thing, so that if the aircraft was to come into difficulty and that stop the aircraft on the runway and evacuate everybody, your eyes would be immediately accustomed to the darkness. Palmer, that's a great shame, my friend. Oh. Palmer, nobody's ignoring anybody, my friend. Like I said earlier on, if I don't get to read your comment, that's because I'm obviously looking at what I'm looking at in the monitor, or looking at other comments, and I miss yours. I do miss lots, and I'd say I'll probably miss 60% of the comments. But anyway, there we go. Palmer, all the very best to you, my friend. Scania Man. Terry Slater, Qatar 777 Retro due out at 9:35. Well, it's 9:30 for the Sri Lankan, we believed. Is that Oman Air's Dreamliner behind this 777? Here we go, she's going to wind it up now. Holly over Bamber. You know, some liveries, you look at them and you think of other aircraft that they've been on, that livery. It's kind of iconic in a way. I've seen many of those customs shows that they have in Australia, and the older shows, not so much anymore, but the older shows used to have those Singapore Airlines 747s on them and carrying the same livery, and that's what I think of when I see that livery, regardless of whether it's on a 350, 777 or 380. Diane 78 is off to work. Wow. Scania Man. Mrs. H, that is my favourite livery. There we go. Wayne Hartshaw, loving every second. Thank you for staying. Marjan, just woke up. Anchorage. I love it. I love it. It's a long way, but it was a lot easier this time round. That's an Embraer E2. Pregnant stickleback. Paul Howard, thank you very much indeed. Zoe Farrow, John Stoner, this is great, thank you very much. Bootle Lad, Lynn Collins, Beth French is a new member. Beth is a new member. Very warm welcome, Beth, a premium member. I said. Oh, Zoe Farrow is in bed, lovely and warm, watching the planes. There we go. Lynn Collins, best way to spend a Monday evening. Thank you guys, thank you very much indeed. Great to see you. I think we're going to have to do a few more of these, folks. I have to agree, Jerry. The darkness gives a different side to it all. Love it. Lights are all brilliant too. Yeah, I like this sort of like secrecy of like not knowing what the plane is, and then because we've got 767 coming out, haven't we? Where's he going to appear from? In fact, there he is, over there. DHL 767. Now, follow the greens and listen to this as she comes out. Jan's views, Holly, no, KLM, as far as I'm aware, they will never get A380s. It's a great shame. They were another airline that were very quick to dispose of their 747 fleet. Although there are still a few flying, aren't there? But they were with Martin Air, I think. Alan Robbins, DHL 767, headed for takeoff. Sandy Humby, one of those charters, Virgin charters, just landed on 27 left from Green Bay. That'll be fish. That will be more than likely be fish, I'd imagine, folks. This is Oman Air. Some of them are lit. I didn't answer that member's comment. I apologise. Some of the captains basically make the decisions on how much they want to light it up. This is very much lit up. Vertical stabiliser lit up with tail lights that are mounted on the horizontal stabilisers. You can just about see them there, pointing up at the tail, and other lights which light the engines, so that in the instance of well, actually they're the wing lights right there. Normally the engine lights, the lights that the pilots are able to look out of the window and view the engine if there's an issue. But sometimes they're all lit up, other times not. It's obviously got the taxi lights on there at the front and the main wing lights there, strobes flashing away, and the two twin backlights there. Here we go. Say welcome to Beth French. Oh no, sorry. I think they're testing some discotheque lights in the bar in here. It's like a city, isn't it? It's like a city. Oh, is that an Asiana 350 coming out? I think it is, look. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Nice. Yeah, but I need... oh, yeah, here we go. We're going to have a start-up, folks. Ethiopian 777. We're going to have a... something like that, anyway. Scotty 2, yes indeed. Amazing to think that there's an underground station, bus station, 3 terminals in between those runways, almost a small town. Yes, and the Wombles live right in the middle. It's nice in there. Fire her up, man. Might be a bit too much. It's either that or they're going to push her to gate. She might be going on remote, because in the mornings she's usually on remote. So that might all be for nothing, that impression. But at least we did it anyway. Harry Walker, yes, we will be back at Conisbee Just when we're going to be back there, we don't know at this stage. But Harry, that's the beauty of Big Jet TV. We do make our decisions quite late on in the day. In fact, are they going to pull her forward, or unless she starts moving very quickly, that aircraft's going out. Now, normally, sometimes they will run the anti-collision beacons, other times they won't. She's starting. Mountain State Matt is a new member. Welcome, Mountain State Matt. Mountain State Matt works in the mountains for the state. Cool. Mountain State Matt tuning in from West Virginia. Mountain Mama. Good day to you, Mountain State Matt. Good day to you, Matt, should I say, watching from West Virginia. Scotty UK, lousy Monday, but watching Big Jet with a glass of beer and eating bangers and mash. There we go. Fantastic. Good to see you, Scotty. Cheering up a few people's bit of noise from these tiddlers that are lining up right now. So, did we get started up? Jimmy. They have from time to time operated their 777 into London Heathrow. Here comes a 767 rolling on now. Listen to these engines. Ethiopian, of course, operating the Dreamliner and the 350s there as well as the 777. Addis Ababa, Ian Schnelling saying. Schnelling. What did I say? Listen to that! Now this is what the Condor Retrojet's going to end up as, folks. A freighter. She'll be in big demand because she's got winglets, you see. Spoon salesman, eh? I'm sorry? Spoons! Dylan Hutchinson, thank you very much indeed. Mrs. H. Cockchafers was a legend pre-show. Yes. Scania man. If anyone has had it here, then watch this. It's amazing the lengths Jerry and Jenny go to a viewing pleasure. Personally, they deserve great after. Oh, thank you very much indeed. After Pankanedov. Radar, Jilly. Qantas on radar. G'day, all our Australian friends. Okay, Asiana. Surprised she hasn't gone up quite quick, really. This 7.6 should be rotating around about now. Wow, it's quite a long run. Not taking anything back with her, but it's just that. And especially with this colder air, thicker air, should be Asiana 350. See again, only using the navigational, or not so much navigation, obviously navigational lights. Starboard on the left-hand side is sorry, starboard on the right-hand side is green, and red on the left on port. There you go, at the end of each wing, and then of course the wings lit up. Eastern Carrier seems to always do it, but look, this guy's with British Airways pilot, giving it some love for his employer. Joshua Randall. first. We've got one lined up over here waiting for the Reds to go out, and this Asiana 350. Oh, but we first have an intersect, so we're waiting still. Ethiopian 777 just crept out from behind the bike sheds. Look at that. Oh really? Oh, when is that the one that National Airlines have been posting recently about their new aircraft? We've got 747-400 freighter. Oh, okay, is that the ex-Cargo Logic freighter? Oh dear. Oh, both of them. Okay, they've both gone to National, have they? Because they were both 400 freighters, weren't they? Cargo Logic jets. This guy coming out first, over on the left here. Looks like he's moving now. Oh, it's getting chilly up here, mate, I've got to say. Tim Rotunda, somebody mentioned earlier on about having issues logging into Flight Radar 24. Oh, okay, it was chilly. Yeah, so obviously other people having those issues as well. Got Qantas coming out, folks, and then we have hopefully the Sri Lankan jet should be on radar, is it not yet? I've got a DHL 330 on radar. I think somebody just mentioned that actually. Can't remember everything, man. It's funny. When I flicked the cockchafer and it landed on its back, and I accidentally. Like, you got to get out. You got to get out. I pushed him off the edge. Ah! Holly, we believe it's a glitch at the moment on Flight Radar 24. Lots of tech going on with Flight Radar 24, folks. So need to give them a bit of a break, because obviously also sometimes when technical companies like Flight Radar 24, so much tech are doing upgrades, there will be glitches, a bit like what we've been having with YouTube recently as well. Oh wow. I think that, folks, I'm just going to move the yeah, bar's looking very swanky in there, folks. Sorry about that. Here we go. Got to get this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Ethiopian. Total darkness. Only the relevant lights on for this pilot. Taxi lights at the front. Wing lights. Same as shipping, port and starboard lights. Port left, starboard on. Port. It's red port. Was that Thai Airways? Dream Lankan. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a fully loaded 777 with GE90 engines, man. winding up those big carbon fan blades. Wow. Oh, blimey. These guys need to get a shifty on, mate. It's getting really cold up here now. They said 9:30. We've got our the Qantas jet. Is that Qantas jet? Jeffrey Davitt has gifted 5 memberships. Very kind of you, Jeffrey. Dr. Smith, Wes Buckles, Mark Perry, Charles Compam, Jan Ringos, all gifted membership right there by Jeffrey Davitt. Thank you very much indeed. Come in and say thank you, folks. Bev Charles. Bob M. The Far Eastern carriers have classic liveries. Yeah, they do. You know, your Thai Airways. The Chinas, I mean, Air China's the most basic one, really, isn't it? But China Southern, of course. Singapore Airlines, I love. I mean, it's a pretty old livery, but it is absolutely beautiful. Thai Airways, like we see here. Hold on a minute, that ain't a Dreamliner, mate. Oh, is that BA or? Hold on a minute, am I see? Oh yeah, sorry, that's a BA 350. There it is. It's jumped his position. Now he's got the engines illuminated there. You see the light forward of the wing light there, illuminating the engine, so they get to see if anything. Rather than have to switch them on and look, just go out there and have a look. Love that. She's lit up. Nice. Bob tie is gorgeous. Yeah. That's another classic great livery, isn't it? Still quite old now, isn't it? I don't think Thai has been. How long's that particular livery been with Thai? Here we go. Oh, here we go. It's a nice livery. This is a nice livery. This is China Airlines. It's completely wrong. It wasn't a BA 350. They must have just put that tail light on. Alan Robbins, Air India 787 on radar. Sneaking onto the holding point. 350, 900 this. .747 looking good in this livery as well. Saw a couple of them at Anchorage. Bob M, remember Singapore Concorde, yeah. Did it ever fly, or was that just, did they actually operate it? Or was it run by BA, but with the Singapore livery on it on behalf of them or something like that. I don't know. Ron Sino, good morning from Brisbane, Australia. G'day, Ron. John Stone, LFC Ian. Oh. Got a whole load of 747s parked up at Bangkok. What a great shame, mate. Fading in the sun, but at least they've still got them. That's half the battle, isn't it? If there's a sudden surge, but also I have no doubt that they're probably negotiating the sale of those 747s. Maybe they're not old enough to scrap. Or they may be going back to the lease company. The lease company may be looking to... oh, it's two vehicles parked next to her. All right, John. Yeah, all right, Fred. Do you want to do the inspection? Nah, it's all right. Yeah, as a missus. Yeah, she's all right. Helen Barron, QF2. Yeah. I thought it was some big earth mover or something like that, but it's two ops vehicles parked next to each other. Haley Barron, QF2, on its merry way. There it is. Is that her there? No? Oh, that's Air India, isn't it? Yeah, great shot. Lewis Vincent, missed seeing these at London Gatwick. Not any idea when they'll be back. Was that China Airways? CT4's pretty full over there. We need that. Oh, yeah, there she is, man. There she is. Look at that. Oh, here she comes. Okay, all you Aussie fans. Look, she's lit up like a Christmas tree. She's got all her lights on, and that tail, the big roo, proudly. Come on, mate, share it to your Aussie friends. Get sharing, folks. Qantas 380. We asked 100 people. Stephen Trickett tuning in from Dalby, Australia. G'day. Is it Dalby or Dalby? G'day, mate. Jimmy, Air India will maybe buy some 350s. Let's see if it happens. Yeah, wasn't there a big order put in with Air India and the A380? I seem to remember. It was announced quite some time ago, wasn't it? Follow the grades. Rajan, is it Rajan CX or Rajan X? Bev French, Bev Charles, Bertrand Deloy, Alex Hill, Brian Pounder, Mirrors, Sandy Humby, Margie Ann, Cheryl Kitchen, g'day Big Roo, Jimmy, Malaysia 359 just popped on radar, Mike James. Dream 356 in row, Big Mac, Queens and Nines travel around Sydney. Helen Clapp, Andy Williams, great food and service. 3 movies. Only 3 movies? I think maybe you mean 3 movies, actually, as in F-R-E-E. There are more than 3 movies to get you to Oz. Yeah. Who knows how many there are. Holly, been a very good day for 380s and 380 lovers. Yes, indeed. Bob M, Queensland and Northern Territorial Area Services, I think that is. When is Qantas returning the Sydney route? Lewis Vincent asks. Wayne Hartshorn, 2 weeks ago, QF2 left 14 hours late at 11:30 a.m. the following morning. Yeah, didn't we catch one of them or something, I seem to recall. Bob M making me all emotional tonight. Sylvia, Ian in Aberdeen flew QF2 and QF1 4 years ago on 380 was a wonderful experience. Qantas were fantastic. Yeah, I'd love to fly with them. One airline amongst many that I haven't flown with. Yeah. Kyle MC loving the show. Scotty too, she's been in the desert for a year or so, but look how clean she is now. Oh, okay, this aircraft, yeah, indeed. Jimmy, I'm not sure if I actually bought them. Airbus had a demo for them in Delhi. I guess there is early slots ready for them to grab if they want. Talking no doubt, Jimmy, talking about the A350 with Air India, which this one is sporting a special livery. I don't think we've seen that one before, you know, that livery, Jilly. We've seen a couple of special liveries with Air India, but I don't think we've seen this one before. Don't recognise that livery on the tail. Barnstormer, thank you. Cracking show. Cheryl Kitchen, yeah, big galah. Sandy Humby flew all around Oz using Ansett back in the day. It's a noisy old airplane, isn't it? Wow. Nice. .787 headed to Singapore. Those old Rolls Royce making a bit of a racket, aren't they? VJ Menon, Air India has a number of special tail designs. Yes, they do. We've seen a few. Guru Nanak 550 years livery LFC Ian. Retro Qatar 777 on taxi for departure. Wayne Hartshorn. That's the one we caught coming in, was it? The retro livery we did a show for. Is that right? Mike James, 380s all go via Singapore there and back. The Dreamliner does Perth in one hit. Yes, it does. Long old flight for that one. This BA pilot lighting his jet up nicely. John Stoner, the inspection light was staying on and not flashing. Why are they holding the room, mate? Here she comes. The big road. Oh, well, I don't know about our Sri Lankan friends, Jilly. I think we might have to drop it after the big route because it's. Is this the one that the cousin's flying out, Jilly? Oh, is it Iceland Air? Another new livery, Iceland Air. No, we will possibly still see it. We'll still see. Oh man, where's the? Where is it? Okay, we've got a Malaysian 350 coming out. Oh, there's that beautiful Qatar 777 retro livery, which we should see appearing any moment behind us, unless she's already taxied up that far. You better run. You better cover. Do 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 do. Doopy doopy doop do 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 do. Okay, let's just have a little look and see the route in our shot there. Should be seeing that Qatar jet. There she is crossing the active, I think. Is it? Is that her? I think it is. She's a beautiful looking aeroplane. Well done to Qatar. 8 minutes the Sri Lankans due. Okay, right, so they're obviously delayed. Dream 350, the gate has closed for Sri Lankan. I bleeding hope so. Engines look bigger in these lights, don't they? Look at that. Vegemite. Paul H, can we please have a shout out all the way over to Morocco, watching you live from somewhere hot. There's your new livery Iceland Air right behind this jet, folks. This time the green one. Saw the was it purple? Call it purple in Frankfurt yesterday. Pink. It was pink, yeah. I think that 737 might be sneaking in. This is a nice shot of the Max as well. Are they going to hold the big roux there, mate? Check those engines out, whirring away. Look at them. Crikey! There she is. Yeah, it's the one we got. Alexandra Wood. The roux looks awesome. There's a couple of, quite a few. Like, look at this, beautiful Qantas 380. I think the Iceland Air's been given clearance. I like this. I like this. This is very special. Look at how big they've written it down the side of the aircraft as well, man. No mistaking which airline that is. Special livery or retro livery, there's two, isn't there, really? .380 looking menacing there, look. He's been, the lights are off. He's been clearance to move. Here we go. Gonna let this Iceland Air jet go through the shot. LFC Ian, not a fan of the, not a big fan of the new Iceland Air livery. I like it. I think it's really fresh, nice, especially the different colour combinations as well. A bit like what Condor have done with their, they got this big old, I think they're Rolls Royce, aren't they? on the 380s with Qantas. Go on, mate. Sling it through the gate. Nick Woodward 757 Aurora Borealis livery. Oh yeah, but I like the one with the yellow and red stripe on it, the blue with the yellow and red stripe, very retro. Okay, clear for takeoff. Go on. Wow, she's light. Off into the night sky. See the tail lights on the horizontal stabilizers. They're the lights lighting up the vertical stabilizer. Malaysian 350 coming out. Got the Qatar Retrojet right in front of us at the moment. Ah, nice, look at that, man. Yeah. Is it coming out? Is it coming out? Oh, what you mean at gate? It's over at T4 though, isn't it? I think so. I think it's over at T4. I'll have a look down. I'll have a look further down towards T3 and see where she's at. Gay Pinnock 380 looks amazing. It did, didn't it? All lit up, beautiful. So, looks like somebody might be getting priority here, because that T3, she's up at T3. Yeah, I was going to say that normally we see, yeah, off to my right, Denise Brennan planes look more badass at night, they do. Listen to this. Racing. Watch that Icelandair depart twice. They caught it leaving Manchester this afternoon. I think this is the first time we've seen this jet since we caught her inaugural flying to London Heathrow with the water salute. Looks glorious, doesn't it? The Onyx, isn't it? Isn't it the Onyx? Straight out. No messing about. Come on, son. Hello. Wait for the pressure to build. Wait for the temperatures to be right. Don't look very happy. This could be an RTO, folks. Oh, mate, you need to let go now. Oh, dear. Yeah, those pressures are not right. He's not happy with something, or she's not happy with something. May go round again, do a bit of a Carly Simon. Oh, hello. They're Rolls-Royce spinners, aren't they? Of course they are, XWBs. Sorry, my apology. Looking real special, man. Looking real special. Yeah, we were talking about the Trent 7s and everything with the pilots. Well, I was. Yeah, Qatar has exited the runway. You're probably seeing that on flight radar right now, folks. Let's see what she does. In the meantime, Malaysian 350. It smells glorious here at the moment. Obviously, the restaurant is open and it smells fantastic. Smith, 11 flights in 13 days. Go on, Sam. Wow. Flights in 13 days. Flipping heck. Mind you, I had 3 flights in one day, didn't I? When I went to Anchorage the first time. Right, the Sri Lankan jet is parked normally down there, and I don't think she's going anywhere just soon, folks, unfortunately. He is going back to gate, mate. He's going back to gate. He's going back to gate. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dearie me. That's got to be something quite serious, or it may have been a passenger all of a sudden. Had a panic attack or something. Yeah, if it doesn't want to go, when you push those throttles forward, nothing will happen. Auto systems will cut in and disengage the power settings and all that kind of stuff, I guess. Right, come on, Sri Lankan, mate. It's getting cold now, mate, and it is 5 to 9 now. Vicky Denning, honestly, such an amazing stream. Thank you, Vicky. Heathrow at night. Going to do a few more of these, folks. $9.50. Oh, it is that now, isn't it? Sorry, flipping heck. I said 9 o'clock, didn't I? I said 9 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock, isn't it? 10 to 10. Crying out loud. Alexandra Wood, 5 to 10, Jerry. It's 5 to 10. We got it. She's on radar, folks. Okay, she's on radar. Can be, yes, it very well might be a passenger-related issue with that Qatar jet. Very rare for it to sort of like, you know, literally the. You have to think about the the whole logistics behind that with regards to an emergency, a passenger issue. Bless you. If the passenger, for instance, is in the middle of the cabin, they have a problem. It may have been that the pilots were made aware of it as they were taxiing up to the start point on the runway. And were being informed by the crew whether or not it was safe to continue. So they would have been in touch with them. I'm guessing if this was because if you think about it, as they're turning on and lining up, if there's a sudden issue with one of the customers, unless that customer decides to just get up and which they wouldn't do because they would have come back around again. So if it was a medical related issue, then would they be able to deal with it that quick if they were just about to go, if you see what I mean? You know, I'm guessing the flight attendant would have to literally pull the red, you know, because to call through to the flight deck and get it aborted that quick. Like to see that procedure. Well, wouldn't like to see it in action, that procedure in action, but it's just an interesting thing to think about, isn't it? You know? Or isn't it? I don't know. Who's this? Is it Etihad again? No, was it Virgin? It's Etihad again. That's 3 Etihad jets that have gone out during this stream. Bring your 380 next time, for God's sake. Sorry about that. Flipping sending all these bleeding Dreamliners. Hold on a minute. Okay, now so Sri Lankan. Okay, that's BA in it. Is that BA? Oh, it's LATAM. LATAM 777, isn't it? So Sri Lankan. No, it's Tiddler. Tiddler on the roof. If I was a rich man. LATAM 777 taxi for departure. Andy Williams saying, Nicholas Gray, we need a Britain app to send you food or of your choosing. Be inundated, wouldn't I? Have to go to the give half of it away to the Rab H, not nervous about flying, claustrophobic. That's understandable. So that's enough to give you anxiety, isn't it? But Lynn Collins, it is getting cold now and time for a cuppa and bed. Thank you. I don't know if you're talking to me or yourself, but a couple of mini rolls. Amazing 24 hours. Blimey. Yeah, I've finished them off. I had my last 2 on the way in with a cup of coffee. Always best in the fridge. Not this time of year though. Just about get away with it. Give people a chance to save up for Christmas rather than ramming it down their throats already in the stores, man. Come on, the kids are... Yeah. Just because they're worried that the other supermarket's going to be first, isn't it? Well, we've got to be first with the Christmas stuff. No, you haven't, man. No, you haven't. Your customers will stay loyal, man. They'll stay loyal. Yeah, get your Christmas present. Yeah! Go the triple. Single light flash for the Boeing, flash flash, double light flash for the Airbus, folks. It's another way to identify. Let's see if we've got this A-jet taxiing out there and look big enough. It might be just a single aisle jet. Saw the LATAM crew at the Hilton earlier on, obviously coming off that jet. Relief crew now got on it. Alexandra Wood, great sounding engines. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? I'm so glad you're picking it all up, folks. Glad the mic's working as well. The irony is it's the mic that went wrong at Frankfurt yesterday as well. So we turned it back on this morning. It obviously had a, you know, it was just being temperamental and yeah, it was just hungry or something, you know. Didn't want to work on a Sunday. It went on strike, so we had to, you know. Yeah, crazy. Pop it. Poppets wants to give you a rise, Chilly. Yeah, your biscuit allowance is going to go up. Oh, wait a minute, what's that? No, that's not a 330, it's a Dreamliner. LATAM 777 lit up. Got a couple of taxi lights I can see now. This one's going to go face on at us, folks. This should be pretty loud as well. GE90s. I think has he got the engines lit up? No. Lloyd Bell Gulf Air Retro on radar. That's over there somewhere, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Singapore 350 on the push. Or is it a triple? No, that's a 350, isn't it? Oh my God, I'm going to be all night. Just flipping like frozen block in the morning. Is that Jerry out there on the... He's standing very still, isn't he? Yeah. Yes, VJ, indeed, I did meet the crew, the flight crew of this Malaysian 330 earlier on. I said it was a little bit too late for us because we were doing the Korean 380, but then look, man, you've met the crew in the lobby and you're chatting to them about the 330 and the Trent 7s, and they know who you are as well. Oh, you're the guy that does the filming, and we caught one of these pilots, folks, landing in Storm Eunice. How about that? So he deserves us to film him. Very enthusiastic. He's going to email me. I've told him we've probably caught you many, many times, and we have, of course, with the Eunice show. Oh, hold on a minute. I think this is him. No. It is. That is him. Sri Lankan. Here we go. that's something that needs addressing, really, isn't it? Because Rab, that's holding you back, mate. That's holding you back. You need to address that. I mean, everybody has different levels of anxiety in terms of claustrophobia. I think we all do. We all fear that, you know, being trapped, blah blah blah. I wouldn't say an elevator is confined unless it's one of those really, really tight ones, you know, one of them old ones, or those single ones, like, you know, for two people. I mean, I can understand, I totally understand, because, you know, I don't suffer from it, but I can appreciate people who do suffer from it. But what I'm saying is that if that was me, I would try and address it very, very, because how would you else get up here, for example? I'll take the stairs, of course. Of course, it's all in the mind. Everything's. Well, yeah. Yes. Very true, actually. You're saying it right. Serotonin imbalance. Yeah. No, absolutely, Julie. I fully appreciate what you're saying there, and that's why I can't really make a point of it. But I would most definitely, and he probably has done massive amounts of research on it, both for himself and. Anyway, folks, I'm going to belt up and let First Officer Newan Jaya Wakrama and Captain Ashanta Kaluarachi fly this beautiful Sri Lankan 330 out. She is, folks. Timmy Toothpicks, good evening to you, Timmy. Good evening, everybody who's just joined us. We, of course, were here earlier to, for the second part of our stream today, we caught the arrival of the we caught the arrival of the Korean 380 into London Heathrow, bringing with it, we believe, Formula One personnel from the Japanese Grand Prix. That's on good authority that we heard that. And also going out with it, apparently, were some structural engineers from Airbus. Specifically wing spar engineers, which was quite interesting. Timmy the man who flies. Lucky guy. And a great story behind Timmy as well, of course. Regarding his new career in aviation, or part career in aviation, which allows him to, from time to time, fly on board the jump seat on the 747s. Lucky man. Great experience. Great to meet you as well, Timmy. Sherry Hill got cut off. It is World Mental Health Day today. Yes, okay. I did see a couple of the Royals doing something on Radio 1, I think. And honestly, folks, there is no shame, indeed. Yeah, reach out, man. Seriously, reach out. There's always somebody there. I was speaking to a couple of good chaps up at Coningsby the other week about this kind of issue, but let's not talk about it now. We can talk about it another time. But really, as it is Mental Health Day, just want to say, obviously, whatever you're thinking, talk to somebody about it, because they'll always listen. They will always listen. No shame in it whatsoever. One of my good mates came to me who I was like, blimey, I never knew that. I'd be like, mate, let's sit down, let's talk, do what we can do, and then, you know. Nabila, Jerry, amazing streams. Thank you very much indeed, Nabila. Vistara 787, Lloyd Bell. Vistara 787, push it back. We're going to go after this one, folks. After this Sri Lankan. This is for our friends, because I kind of have to get back, and I haven't had dinner yet. And I know there's a Singapore 350 coming out, but I really have to get this one and then go. We will do more nighttime streams, folks. It's gonna happen, especially from this location. There's a lot going on, isn't there? We've had a lot of people give us feedback about how during COVID we all together, not just Big Jet TV, but Big Jet TV as a community, helped each other during the crisis massively. Okay, we worked very hard, putting on shows for over 60 days flat out, and all during all lockdowns, did whatever we could to help everybody out. Physically worn out by it, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Alexandra Wood, thank you. Thanks for a really great night show, Andy P. George Corner, brilliant show. Thank you so much. Oh, here they are, look. Let me see if I can get my torch on. See if I can get my torch on. Cool. Yeah. Have a safe flight, sirs and madams, all you flight crew and all you lovely passengers as well. Right, last one. This is the last one, folks. Singapore 350, winding it up. Thank you everybody for your kind comments. Welcome all new members. We will see you on Wednesday, unless we see you earlier than that. But we will see you Wednesday, okay? Stay tuned. Wayne Hartshorn as a mental health support worker, thank you. Big Jet for speaking out about a subject a lot of people still avoid. Well, the people who are suffering avoid, those who are not will listen. That's the key. Don't think you're alone. You are not alone. Seriously, man. You know, don't be on your own thinking about things like that. You know, whatever it is, reach out. Paul D, just one more. One more road for the road, Governor. Well, I don't know anything about that, Mr. Regan, sir. I wouldn't know where any got him. You're net. Hey, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, folks. Still 1,900 people watching. Wow, we've got a lot of likes. Thank you, folks. Really appreciate it. I take that all back. You've probably all given us a like, so thank you, folks. We really appreciate it. I think we'll probably be coming back here again to do some winter nighttime shows. And I'll be dressed a little bit warmer next time. Take care, folks. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you next time right here on Big Jet TV. Okay, Jilly, roll credits.